Welcome to Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, prescribed by Dr. Harrison. Today has been not really a lazy Sunday because I've been up since 7 a.m. grading graduate school papers. And I threw this shirt on this morning just coincidentally while I was grading. And it's Purdue, where I teach online grad school. But as I was thinking about what is it that I want to talk about on today's video, it immediately dawned on me the fact that I'm grading. What I'm seeing with adults who are in school is a product of what's happened with them with respect to grades and schooling growing up. And then, bam, it hit me like a light. Here's the thing when it comes to grades. So many of us are focusing on getting that A, the A+, a 4.0 GPA. And you're not thinking about what you're actually learning. This is the quality versus quantity argument, right? You're so focused on getting the A that you are blinded by the fact that did you actually comprehend the lesson, the material? Do you actually understand the subject matter, right? So we say things to kids like, get an A, bring, straight A's home to school, or, if you get A's, for every A, you get $10 or something like that. It's not about the actual grade. It's about what you are learning. Now, I know there's two kind of arguments to this, right? Well, the first one is, well, it's got to be about quality. Getting an A means that you've done everything that you're supposed to do to get that A. No, that's still about the outcome and the number that the A is associated with your GPA. You know how I know? Because as a professor, as a teacher of every single form of education, primary, elementary, middle school, high school, and graduate, I just haven't done undergrad. And as a pretty good student, I can tell you right now, I can produce A-level work without learning a thing. Once you understand what the professor or the teacher likes, how they like things written, you just regurgitate the same information. You don't have to learn a single thing. You can do it in such a robotic and methodical manner that you get the A without any real effort, right? So if it's about the A, you can do that. But what did you actually learn? After you write that paper, can you really tell me the concepts and principles that you just learned about? Can you really tell me about what happened in history? Instead of just focusing on, putting together this perfect model, this perfect book report. Did you dive deeper into the story, reveal fun facts, things that people normally wouldn't know, lies that are told in textbooks? Did you actually go through the learning process? Now, the other argument to this is, well, yeah, that's all fun and games, but, their grades are going to depend upon, or their grades they matter. Their college applications, their admissions, hell, their admission to private schools at middle school and high school, those grades matter. Yes, they do. They are looked at. They totally are. But there's so much more to that game that you are so unaware of, right? Go ask any college admissions person, they'll tell you, well, someone who goes to a school who's less rigorous than yours, but they've taken, the highest amount of classes possible in that school. And even though your kid goes to a really, really good school and great academic, rigorous school, and they've taken less of that load, even though theirs is way harder than this other kid's, guess what? That other kid's probably going to get into every college he applies to, especially coming from a low-income area or something like that, specifically for the fact that it just shows on paper that he took the maximum requirements and the hardest caseload or workload at school, even though it doesn't even compare to what this kid's doing over here. It's a dirty game. But that also goes back to my whole notion about whether or not they go to college in the first place, right? But I'll tell you what, I will take, whether it's an employee, my own kid, whether it's a friend, myself, I'll take someone who's gotten a lower GPA, but who knows what they're talking about, over someone who is strictly textbook, got a 4.0, can't tell anybody what they learned without regurgitating technical language, can't just talk to people and say, actually, it was really this, or this is kind of the circumstances. And they're so formal and so technical and academic that they wouldn't survive in the real world. You know, when my kids go to school, I don't ever say, you better be getting an A on this test. What I say is, you need to study. I'll help you with this stuff. But my goal is your effort. Are you really trying? If you don't understand something, are you really asking questions? Do you comprehend the material? Can you share it with your friends in the language you speak with your friends, not the language that's in the textbook? Can you do that? If you can, then I know you're learning. I know that you understand the material. I don't care if you get a B or a C if you've given maximum effort. Now, I didn't say D or F because I don't think if you put in maximum effort, the lowest grade possible in my eyes is a C. Maybe you want to say something about with math because you just don't understand it, but if you put in the maximum effort possible, that includes going to tutoring or asking the teacher, staying after class, getting extra help from your friends, whatever the case may be. There's no way you get lower than a C in any school at any level if you're putting in maximum effort. And if you're putting in maximum effort and worried about what it is you're learning and best way to apply that in the real world, then you're truly understanding the information. But if all you're doing is worrying about an A, an A+, 100%, what's my GPA, you've missed the entire point of education. You've missed the entire point of knowledge. You have missed the entire point of gaining wisdom. Okay? So stop harping on your kids about A's. Make sure that they understand what they're learning. Make sure that they are engaged in the learning process, that they're having fun with it, that they don't have all this stress and pressure to get this A. Once that's taken away and the focus is really about the quality of their learning, they start to pick up so much because they're not concerned about the outcome. They're focused on the process, being in the moment. And isn't that funny? It's just like anything else you do in life. As soon as you start focusing too hard on the outcome and not staying present in the moment and focus on the process, you get lost. So don't let your kids get lost when it comes to their grades, because they end up coming to me as adults in grad school, and I'll help them find their way by pointing and showing signs, but I definitely am not going to hold their hand from the beginning of the trail until the end. That's Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Don't forget to hashtag Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, hashtag 4D, all social media at rebirthbx. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Subscriptions going up. Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, all social media at rebirthbx.com. Well, that's the website. All social media is at rebirthbx. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Watch this Game 7 with LeBron and the Celtics. I don't even say the Cavs and the Celtics. LeBron and the Celtics. And start my Memorial Day weekend. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.